cooperation among universities nowadays is extremely important, as it has always been important actually. We come from a civilization which had universities in the past, and in fact, according to modern criteria, it is possible to say that it is the Muslims that had the first university in human history. Now, mobility, that is what counts today for the universities, and that's what I was trying to say, that in the past we see this mobility in the Muslim world. One professor you see teaching in Baghdad, and a few years later you can see him teaching in Khorasan. Or from Spain, like Ibn Arabi came all the way to Konya and many other cities, of course, and he taught and suddenly stayed in Damascus. And this mobility with regard to the students also, it was very much alive. But there is some difference between the mobility of the past and today. It is the speed that counts today. And not only the speed, but sometimes it is possible to have the whole university to participate in this mobility. Because as you know, through conferences, sometimes I have seen myself that some professors, they have joint research holding someone on the other side of the globe and someone here, and they participate at the same time. So this is the greatest mobility. It is this mobility and this speed which they call globalization actually. The world becomes global mainly because of this. And I think these are the good aspects of globalization. It has problems, I know that. Perhaps the biggest problem, I know sociologists and social scientists, they express this, losing the local culture. I would like to emphasize this as a problem of perspective. As a problem of perspective. It is extremely important for us. This is one characteristic of Islamic civilization. When other nationalities, other cultures entered into it, they did not lose their own national cultural identity. They kept their languages, culture, but at the same time being Muslim and participating in this great event of civilization. That is why this is very important. In some other civilizations, this may not be the case. There are, of course, other dangers facing the universities. Some of these discussed in the conference that we have been all together for the past few years, few days. But besides this, perhaps we can emphasize one problem of the Muslim universities, which I notice wherever I go. And this is, I call, the scientific attitude, scientific mentality. You know, to have that attitude does not mean, you know, if you are engaged in scientific research activities, does not mean that you have that attitude. It is extremely important. It is that critical approach to everything that you need to have. I think this is lacking in Muslim universities, and because of this, we are not able to come up with theories that become globally important. Such theories we see coming mainly from the West. Maybe one Muslim participating in that project, but what I would like to see is that that is taking place in a Muslim university like here, and from the West, professors, scholars participating also. And this is, I think, extremely important. So, besides this, one more thing I would like to say and finish my speech. University of Dar es Salaam and our dear professors, they have been working so hard these days to realize this good event. They are the ones who have become vehicle for us to be here, to come here. So I would like to express my gratitude to them also. And inshallah, in future, there will be such conferences organized by other universities. About 5 years ago or so, Fatih University had such an organization. Many participants, rectors from parts of the Muslim world, they came and we had a panel discussion for the rectors alone to discuss these issues. So it is important. Maybe we can have, of course, general problems of universities, but at the same time, what are the problems of Muslim universities in particular? We should discuss that. It was important in this conference because we paid attention to this, at least in one perspective, with regard to especially the Asian universities also. In April, Fatih University is organizing a conference in Japan, jointly with the Busan National University of South Korea. This will be the 5th conference on this issue, where we have a special section on Asian universities. That conference is geared primarily towards Asian studies. So I would like to announce this here also and invite you all, inshallah, if you are available, try to participate until the end of this month. You can submit your abstracts. If you put this search, you can find very easily our website on the internet, International Conference of the Asian Philosophical Association. The Asian Philosophical Association should not confuse you. It does not mean only philosophers, not geared towards philosophy, but any Asian study. Especially we would like to emphasize those studying natural sciences such as physics, chemistry, and in fact engineering. How these sciences can contribute to Asian culture, our understanding of Asian identity. So this is very important, because interdisciplinary study should not be between disciplines that are close to each other, especially between those sciences that we rarely see together. Unless we are good friends, we come together, but we never discuss the problems of our own subjects from our own perspectives. We have been emphasizing this in that conference, and if you are able to come, you are most welcome. So, finally, I would like to express again my gratitude for inviting us for this nice dinner. Inshallah, such events will continue in future also to enhance the cooperation between the universities.
This memorandum of understanding is with on University with ISID Gontor and Faculty of Islamic Studies of Qatar Foundation. Studies of Qatar Foundation, ISID Gontor,